KTM's win over your heart, not through the usual ways other bikes do, like engine sound or looks, but through sheer mechanical competence. And this generation of 390s are honestly brilliant. Same engine and core chassis, but KTM changed wheel sizes, subframes, ergonomics, and suspension, which has created multiple distinct personalities. And that's exactly what makes it confusing. Which type of rider should buy what type of bike? And that's what this video is about. Let's start from the extreme end. This is the most dirt-biased 390. It's got a tiny 9-liter tank, no cruise control, much taller seat, and also misses out on tubeless tires. And honestly, the name Enduro is a bit misleading. They should have called it Dual Sport. But not having the tall ADV screen is actually nice. It still has the same power and overall engine character as the ADV, which makes it a really solid bike. If you don't really care about long distance touring, want a lighter dirt-biased KTM, and you're on the taller side, I would recommend this bike. To me personally, if it had the tubeless 2117 setup from ADVS, cruise control, bigger tank, and fuel gauge, this would have been the dream dual sport. This is basically a taller, more off-road focused ADV. Better suspension, more ground clearance, 18-inch rear wheel, but now you lose tubeless tires and the tallest seat height in the 390 lineup. Another downside for short riders like me, that tall speedo creates a blind spot. Honestly, I don't recommend this bike to anyone unless you specifically want this tier of off-road suspension. For most people, either Enduro R or regular ADVS makes way more sense. Unofficially called the ADVS, this one is a tech monster. You get spoke wheels, but they are tubeless. You still get cruise control, traction control, and quick shifter. We moved to a 17-inch rear and slightly less capable off-road suspension. But for most riders, they won't even come close to maxing out this bike's capability for years. On-road manners are really good. For a 21-inch front, this bike corners brilliantly. The tall dash blind spot issue for shorter riders like me remains, but the seat height is surprisingly manageable. I would recommend this beast for riders who want real touring plus meaningful off-road ability. Now, the front wheel drops to 19 inches, tubeless tires, alloy wheels, and 14.5-liter fuel tank. This is the most versatile one-bike garage for India. Again, Technofest, cruise control, quick shifter, traction control. This is the touring expert in the lineup. You have to be far less worried about phantom potholes and speed breakers that are there everywhere in India. It also handles rough roads that road-only bikes could only dream of and still corners really well on tarmac. It's also much more flickable and easier to tip into consecutive bends than the 21-inch front wheel bikes which we discussed earlier. And the ADVX is also significantly cheaper than ADVS and ADVR. Overall, if you ask me, this is the smartest KTM to buy for most riders on Indian conditions. By the way, hope you're really enjoying this video so far. If you are, do watch till the very end and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel and tells the algorithm that you like this kind of content. Also remember, always test ride a bike. A perfect bike for one person could be the worst bike for another. Now we move to 17-inch front. Much better than the ADVs for on-road cornering. It's designed for supermoto style riding. Tight tracks, flat surfaces, and some dirt. It handles the occasional flat track better than any street-oriented bikes. And if you have got the skills, you can slide it too. Basically, it's a beast on flat surfaces and tight turns if you actually ride supermoto style. But here's the honest truth. Unless you ride like that, you gain almost nothing over ADVX or even the Duke. The SMC comes with a smaller Enduro grade 9-liter tank, likely no cruise control, so I don't recommend this to most people unless you know exactly what SMC gives you and why you need it. Same 17-inch front, significantly better road manners than any of the bikes we've discussed before. Cornering in the ghats, surgical. Highway speeds, rock solid. The suspension literally makes the bike stick to the road, like how most German cars feel planted at high speeds. Braking is sharp, acceleration is brutal, and it's insanely versatile. And when you're riding it 9 tenths or 10 tenths hard, it becomes genuinely telepathic. Direction changes, acceleration, deceleration, it just happens. Hard to explain in words, you just have to experience it. But to unlock that, you need solid cornering skills. Like the other KTMs here, it's a tech fest. Cruise control, traction control, quick shifter. And with a 15-liter tank, it's also superb for touring. And honestly, if our roads were consistently smooth, this would have been better buy than any of the ADVs. But this is India. So if touring is your priority, ADV X still makes more sense in our country. I would recommend the Duke if where you live has more good roads than bad. Still one of the best all-round road bikes money can buy. 17-inch front, super sport geometry, tuck posture. This is racetrack ready. Visually, very cool. Real world, probably the worst purchase here for most people. I honestly wouldn't recommend buying the RC unless you mainly want it for the looks or you're seriously training as a racer and have track access. For ghats, highways, daily riding, it's simply too extreme. Duke can do 95% of what RC can do even on racetrack for most people. And on road, Duke is simply the superior product. I'll end with this. I've lived with a KTM 390 Duke 2020 model for over 4 years now. Servicing has been professional, service centers are abundant, and in India, a big reason for that is Bajaj Auto. They handle all KTM manufacturing and after sales. Love them or hate them, they've probably built the strongest premium service network at this price point. That matters a lot. Anyway, I hope this video has helped clear your confusion. Would you buy any of these 390s, or is your heart set at something else? Drop your thoughts below.